Heading 210, runway 25 left here, clear for takeoff, Cafe 32. Dallas FedEx 1151 Heavy, ILS 6 right. FedEx 1151 Heavy, here, opposite direction, cover from the South Complex, looking away the shoreline, wind.com, runway 6 right, clear land. Runway 6 right, cleared to land, FedEx 1151 Heavy.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Well, it's been a couple of weeks since my last flight. I retired, basically, from my visual computers, the I9-10900s, and I replaced them with the I9-10900s. And right now I'm checking temperatures just to get an idea on where they're at inside X-Plane. I already did some testing in Cinebench, and I got them up into the 90s. But I'm not going to be running Cinebench testing on a daily basis. This is going to be used for X-Plane in and of itself. So I managed to get them up to 5.3 gigahertz, and we're going to see where the temperature sits. That's those boxes that you see right there. We're out in Chicago, and I've got, let's see, the lighting. If we start on the left-hand side of the graphics box, the very top one there for the lighting is one notch from full right. The second line down is full right. The next one down is the AA. I have that 2 notches up, and the bottom one is all the way over at 16. On the right side, I have graphics. That is full right. That's full blast. Can't go anymore. Reflections is at minimum because I really don't like the look. And I'm running reshade. So I've got 1080 Ti's in the right, 2080 Ti in the center because I can't find 3090s. But we're going to see just how much of an improvement this is going to make. It's really not going to make much of an improvement on frames, but it should give me a smoother performance with me kicking it up just a bit. The 7700s are running at 4.2 gigahertz. And like I said, these are running at 5.3. So not only do I have the better instruction set, they're running a full gigahertz faster than what they were. So let's have a look. I'm not programmed to go anywhere. I really just want to check these temperatures out. Right now they're holding in the 30s, 40s. Check. 50s. 56 is the highest I've seen so far.
FedEx 1420 Heavy.
55, 56. They're in the 30s. They're in the 30s, in the 40s. Oh, pay attention there, buddy. Oh, we should be getting the middle marker. Alright, let's do that. Let's do hold and you. I just want to keep an eye on these temps while they run. Alright, 56, 55.
17 right, wind 190.
54 in the center, 56 in the left. And they're all flat in the 30s.
And United Main is taxi on the runway 8, exit at Romeo 9, but do not actually exit the runway.
All right, Johnny.
You can blow your stuff towards the north of the airfield there.
That's going to go.
And then let me know when you're complete.
All right, now 63 in the left.
54
in the center, 59, And this is at 5.3 gigahertz. And I'm not using water cooling. I got rid of the water cooling. I'm using the Ice Giant. I picked up 4 of those. And my server computer is still not done. I only have 3 computers built. The 3 for my visuals. The 4th motherboard and processor turned out to be bad. The motherboard wouldn't post, and that processor had a dark spot on the bottom of the chip. The other 3 looked uniform the entire way around. I decided to try it anyway, but okay. Thanks, Johnny. You're always looking out for me. And no, I forgot what I was saying. See, you interrupted me. I forgot what I was saying. I'm going to have to go look at the video to see what I was talking about. And they're back in the 40s again. 40s, 30s. Alright, are we going to hang now? Let's see. That's good, that's good, that's good. And we're leveled out. And we should stop at 250 knots. And I can take my mind off of this here. As far as, yeah, these 3 computers are built, they're done, they're at 5.3 gigahertz. The server computer is running at 3 gigahertz. It's a 6850 10 core. And that one I didn't bother to overclock just yet. So the motherboard and the processor was sent back to B&H Photo. And I have to say, I'm actually surprised with what they did. I've always used B&H Photo when I was in New York. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, and when I was much younger, I would take the train into the city to do my shopping there. It's an amazing store. When I got older, I would drive the car out there and hop over the Brooklyn Bridge. But I never had to RMA anything, and I never had to ship anything to them. So this is the first time I had to send back a motherboard and a CPU. Not only did they respond in a day, I got the RMA the very next day after I answered a couple of questions, and they're sending me a FedEx return label. I'm not even going to have to pay for shipping, which was unexpected and rather nice. So that's all packaged up. That's going to be going out today back to them. Hopefully they'll get it within a few days, and I'll have a new board and processor on its way back to me. But that CPU had a dark spot on it compared to the other ones, which are all uniform as far as the gold going across the pads. Decided to try it anyway, and lo and behold, it worked, but it didn't work. It was intermittent, so both of those are going back. And hopefully, once I get the server up to 5.3 gigahertz. Even though I'm not pushing the graphics on the server that's behind this monitor, you can't even see it. I'll have everything running at 2.5 gigahertz as far as the network is concerned. So, and it'll be bumped up from 3 gigahertz to 5.3 gigahertz. So we'll see what that does. And then now I'm just going to be waiting on 3090 boards. That's the next update. The i7-7700s are going to be handed down to my 4790s that run my glass screens, so these will be brought up to 7700s. I would like to swap out these monitors for high definition eventually. And my 4790s will be retired, and I have one 980X that will also be retired. And that's about it. So far the temperatures, 60s. 66, 67 on the left. Still looking at bumping into the 50s, back into the 30s. And the right side seems to be doing the best, but that side is a little bit cooler than this side of the room. And I have a computer here, and the left computer is over here. So that's kind of expected, even with the split AC unit that's in here. This is looking pretty decent. I haven't had a blue screen crash, no freezing up, nothing like that, which I've had a few times with the 7700s. They would just, whack out. But I more believe that to be the a heat issue, which is what I was pushing. I was running water cooled, you know, those coolers are 5 years old now. You know, one pump failed already, and I replaced that. And the other two, I'm sure, were clogged with sludge, and they've lost some of the fluid to evaporation. I could feel my voice changing already in just a short time I've been here. My 911 element's one of them anyway. With that though, this is looking pretty good. Being that I can hear my voices going, I'm going to shut up. We're going to swing around and we're going to land this puppy in Chicago. And so far these temperatures are looking good. I'm going to keep these at 5.3. I wouldn't normally, you know, if you were looking at Cinebench numbers, I wouldn't, because, you know, these are up in the 90s and topping at 100. But I'm not running, you know, testing every day. This is what they're going to be used for, and this is fine. I've seen them jump up into the 90s when X-Plane is actually loading in the beginning. Once it's loaded, they're pretty decent. So I'm not worried about the temperatures. With that, I can hear my voices going, so we're going to swing out, do basically a little kind of a teardrop loop, and we're going to put down in Chicago in ORD. Alright, now let's slow down. And let's swing out a little bit. The clouds are looking pretty good. I don't know if you can make them out now. I've been fooling around with them. They were a little bit too dark at dusk, but I finally got those looking pretty decent now. The sky's looking nice and dark. It shades off into blue at dusk. Looking pretty good. The lighting I may have to work on a little bit more, because as I kicked up the AA, it did play with the lights a little bit. They really do look good, but might be just a touch too much for my taste. The main thing was getting these computers up and running, so I've got 3 out of the 4 done, and I still have to replace the 47s with the 7s, so I've got 2, 3, and when that one comes back, I got another 4 computers I still have to swap around. The one good thing is, you know, it takes me a long time because of my breathing, but I can sit in a controlled environment, you know, out on the dining room table. My wife is great. She's not mad at me for using it for this stuff. And I get to take all day to get this set up. So there's no rush, no hurry. So I can get this done in a relatively short period of time. Alright, I'm going to be quiet now, and we're going to go ahead and...
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 10 right. Southwest Airlines 5647.
Oh, you know what? I took off without clearance.
Southwest Airlines 5647. Contact departure on 125.0.
You going to change the frequency for me?
Departure on 125.0. Southwest Airlines 5647.
This is Simple X ATC, and Mark is doing an amazing job on that program. Okay, you have to manually switch over, so that's pretty good. I don't have it set to fully automatic. Alright, let's slow this puppy down and enjoy the view on the way in.
Tower, hello, Qatari 8177 established localizer 06 right. 8177 heavy tour after drive traveling departing the south complex west only the shoreline, wind 004, running 6 right, 7 line. Roger, we copy the traffic and clear to land 06 right, Qatari 8177.
Now I've got nothing set in here, you know. So we're going to be putting this puppy down by hand. We'll let the computer take care of the speeds though.
Picture 1917 off the shoreline, turn left for the 210, keep direct. Alright, off shoreline, turn left, 210, alright, transport. Except for 1917, contact departure.
Over departure, 1917.
Let's see if these peak now on the turn. 44. 46.
Just confirm that's right on the whiskey and right on Echo.
Priority 117 has from this and remain at signal.
Roger, welcome.
These temperatures are fine. We'll be staying at 5.3 gigahertz, it looks like.
That's the 1914, class 25 left, class 25 right, right on the back.
Where's Chicago?
Okay, class 25 left, 25 right, Buckshot, Dexter, 1914, and the right turn up Bravo.
Okay. Let's head this way. We'll take one of those bad boys there. I do get a little bit of flicker stutter. And that's more than likely because I'm not maintaining 30 frames. I have everything locked, 30 frames, 30 hertz and whatnot. It has given me the best performance since going back through P3D, FSX, and FS, you know, most of them. So that's where I pretty much stay. As long as I can maintain 30 frames, she's pretty decent. So the 3090s get in here. I should be pretty good all the time. Unless I can't get my hands on them and the 4000 boards come out, who knows.
I'm sorry, say again for 1914?
Section 1914, opposite directions, traffic landing on the north complex, 125 right, line full wing.
Minus away, 25 right, Dexter.
Nice looking sky. Temperatures are all in the 30s now. Call 1 gets popped at 54, back to 37. 52, back to 30 something. The rest of the calls are pretty much even in the 30s. And there's a load going through quite a few of them, so these third-party programmers must be utilizing them. So, but the bulk of the load is on call 1, from 60% to 40%. This one's at 77%. So. All in all, I'm definitely happy with these chips and the motherboards. The Gigabyte, was it ARUS Master, the Z490, easy board to work with. And I like that little favorite section they have in the BIOS there for overclocking.
Section 1914, contact departure.
Oh, departure, have a good night.
Alright, which one? How about let's go all the way around. We'll come in over those buildings. Should give us a nice view. 58 on the temp there, 59. So I really can't complain about the temperatures. I could probably even pick this up to 5.4, go back to it. But she has been real stable, no issues, nothing whatsoever.
Jet speed 885, Fallon 34010, gust 15, runway 1 center.
And I can definitely tell the difference. Aside from the fact I kicked up a couple of notches on the left side. So, big improvement. What are we bounced to now? 40. Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, these temperatures are fine. Let's get rid of these boxes and land.
More tower, 59 heavy, ILS 7 right.
69 tail, runway 6, depression runway 7 right tail.
7 right, clear land, 69.
934 at Gulf, Atlantic Gulf taxi departure.
UPS, over the right turn to Gulf.
That sky just looks absolutely amazing.
US 934, will you parking?
Alright, how about we get this gear down, we get configured.
Gone down. After a Cardo.
We never went above 10,000 feet, so we should be good there.
And tower just went about 100 real cargo.
Take on US 934 taxi forecast vehicle.
Cargo.
Yeah, I may have to do something with the ground and touch. We'll see. Alright, my turn to play now. But we go right to 30.
US 2003 Heavy Surges here, Delta Fox via Adfile, climb maintain warp, section climb via the stood. Expect final 370, 10 minutes after, squawk 1434.
Man, what a view.
670-20 Heavy, turn right at Mike 2, Sierra Charlie, ramp control, company aircraft waiting to go.
Yeah, I know. Which one do we want? We'll take the second. Yeah, we'll take.
That's 162, tower flight 155, maintain 10,000, step takeoff. Yeah, 992, tower 17 right, taxi at Mike.
She's actually doing quite well for Chicago with everything full blast. I couldn't do this before with the 7700s. No way. It would be stuttering a little way more than this. So, yeah, but we take that one right there, shall we?
Good. 29 go ahead, left turn Fox, hold short, keep 5 left.
Tower UPS 2901, short of 25 left at Foxtrot, will be just 1 minute.
US 2901 Heavy, number 1 ready.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Bertrand, seat set.
Cafe 3281 heavy, holding short, Foxtrot ready.
Wow, this is performing real nice.
Cafe 3281 heavy.
Very nice. I'm impressed.
It'll be a couple minutes prior to departure. Got 2 celebrations lining up.
So now I basically slid the bottleneck a little bit. It was definitely the CPU before, but I took a lot of that out with this new chip, so.
500.
Tower UPS 910 heavy, 7 right.
Beautifully. Beautifully. It's looking beautifully. Looking real nice.
Right, UPS 910 heavy.
400.
Tower UPS 2901.
US 2901 Heavy, left turn Fox, hold short of runway 25 left.
I-9-10900 minimums.
We are short of 25 left at Foxtrot.
Just trying to make the turn and hold short of runway 25 left.
100.
Alright, make a turn short of 25 left.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Thank you, 5198 heavy, turn right at Golf, left turn on Alpha, back to the park.
What's up with that there? Yeah, I think I have a bit of reshade work to do. All in all, these, I do believe these three computers are done. Built and ready for service. Oh, I was having an issue with my Traffic Global. Being that I built new computers, the registration went afoul. It looks like they must have automatically updated my setup because my aircraft are now back in the left and right screens. Thank you, Just Flights. You the best.
Thank you, 5198 at Foxtrot, give way to the heavy Boeing 747.
You're probably not going to see any of these aircraft on the move because I'm using a program that keeps your time the same. I like flying at dusk, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll run that time hold, and it'll run through 55 seconds and then just keep repeating. So you really won't see any of these aircraft on the move right now because of that. If you do, you may see them run for 55 seconds and then jump back to their spot. But that's no fault of Jet, I was going to say Jetline. I'm thinking about building computers. Of Just Flight or Traffic Global. That's just my settings. But I have to say I'm liking this upgrade. There's some stutter going on there. I'm hoping that my network timing comes down a bit. It's creeped up into the 30s. And I'm hoping once I replace this server computer that it's going to drop back down at least in half. I got a friend of mine that's running the same switch, and he's half of what I'm running, so.
On a plate 25 right, just 2901.
Well, I'm glad to see my aircraft is back. It makes flying in the sim that much more real. Oh, I guess there's somebody was parked here. Oh, oops. Surprised he didn't jump on out. Oh, sorry, Johnny. I'm not paying attention. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little look at my new setup. This is nothing polished. This is all, you know, just all off the cuff. So, anyway, my voice is shot now. I need to go lay down. I need a breather. This was not only hard on the muscles moving these computers around. It's also emotionally stressful. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the flight.
UPS 910 heavy, right turn, Golf, Alpha to park.
Golf, Alpha to park. Yeah, 910 heavy.